I teach you a short lesson on improvisation, and then we jam together. We're going to make music, so bring me whatever device you're watching me on over to your piano so you can participate. This isn't just something to watch. We're going to be doing this together. So thanks for coming and watching today. If you've been joining me in the past and you're coming back, thanks for coming again so we can make some music. We've got a fun session planned today. We're going to be playing the blues. One of my favorite things to use for jamming. It's just such an important tradition in jazz and in improvising. I think the blues are a really great way to experiment with improvising. So let's learn the C blues today. I don't know that we've ever done the C blues in one of these jam sessions. And C blues is actually the first blues scale I learned. I was in college, and I still remember the first time I heard a friend who was in the jazz department just playing all this amazing stuff. I was like, wow, how do you do that? And he taught me this scale, and my mind was blown because truly any note you play in this scale will sound good when you're improvising, and it's pretty awesome. So I'm going to share it with you today. This was my first blues scale. And the cool thing about it is this pattern of white, black, white, black, white, black, white. Every other note changes colors. So that's one way you can remember it. Also, there's a fun fingering you can use for this blues scale, and that is 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. So basically, anytime you're playing a white key, you're going to use a 1, your finger 1, which is your thumb in case you're new to finger numbers. And then finger 3 will play all of the black keys. And so anytime you need to, your thumb can just kind of glide under your other fingers to make those crossovers. Let me show you up here. And that allows you to go all the way up and down the piano as fast as you want once you get used to where these notes are. So try this with me on your piano. Let me zoom in a little bit just in case that's helpful to you. And let's try this out. So take your finger 1, and we're going to play 1, 3, and then 1 comes under, 3, 1 comes under again, 1, 3, 1. And then you come back down with the same fingers, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Take just a minute and mess around with those notes and appreciate how cool they sound. Now, if you're a beginner, if you want to just keep it simple, you can just stick with those 4 notes, and that will sound awesome as well. Okay, you can adapt this to your level. If you're a beginner, if you want to just stick with those 4 keys, C, E flat, F, F sharp, that's fine. If you want to add in the rest of the scale, these are the notes. And notice this brings you back to C, and so then you can take these same notes and keep going up the piano with the same notes repeated an octave higher. We'll just take a minute and mess around with these keys. When you improvise, there's no right notes or wrong notes. We just take a family of keys and we experiment. That I especially like to use when I'm improvising. I think these 3 notes sound really cool together. So one thing you can do is just take your fingers 4, 3, 1 and see, I can play these kind of as a triplet. Triplet, triplet. Try that. Or you can, do that really fast. Sometimes that can sound really fun. Another pattern I like is F sharp, G, C, which are 3 notes of the blues scale as well. And that can also sound really cool as a triplet with maybe fingers 2, 3, 5. Or you can, that can also sound cool to just go really fast. So try that out as well. So you can do that triplet for as long as you want and then finish with some other pattern in the blues scale. Now, See, just two notes can sound cool. Okay, just using those two notes, listen. Now try it. Try echoing back that pattern. Your turn. Now, one thing that's fun to do, if this is C, you don't have to make this the bottom note. Remember that B flat's also in the scale, which means you can go below down to this B flat like this. Listen. See how I just crossed over to that B flat? So again, combining these three notes, all a part of the C blues scale, can sound cool. So try this pattern. Listen. Ba-da-da-da. Now you try. Another thing I like to do is called a grace note, where you quickly go from one note to the next. You learn about grace notes, I think, in Unit 13. So in case you haven't gotten to that, you just kind of roll through those two notes quickly. And again, let's take these four notes and go. See how I use that grace note? And that can sound really cool in blues. These are patterns I've just heard or made up or adapted. You can make up any pattern you want. You can just make up patterns using the notes of the C blues scale. Now, let me show you what your left hand can do. It's really easy to add your own accompaniment. So this week, we're going to take it to a new level where I want to show you how you can provide your own accompaniment this week, or use a duet partner. Grab someone at home that you can play along with. Maybe you have a brother or a sister or a mom or a dad who plays the piano. And this is what your left hand's going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're taking some notes from the C, combining it with the C blues scale in the right hand. And that's common in jazz. You can combine scales sometimes. So here's from C natural minor. And you're just going to do 2 beats on each of these notes, stepping down, and then that will repeat. So try that with me. Use fingers 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 beats on each key. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now, the trick is to keep that rhythm going while your right hand improvises. Okay? And it's tricky to keep a steady beat going in your left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2. So if that's really hard at first, make it really easy for yourself. Maybe play just half notes in your right hand. 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. See, I'm playing the exact same rhythm in both hands. And then when you feel ready, maybe switch to quarter notes in the right hand, where now your right hand's playing 2 notes for every 1 note in your left hand. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then when you feel ready, you can turn yourself loose and start doing some T, 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 or in jazz, instead of T, 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 you're going to swing it with doobie, 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 or triplets, triplet, triplet. Okay? But at first, you might keep the rhythms really simple, and that's okay. Now, to make life easy for you, today I'll play the left hand part. And I might throw in some extra notes just to make it sound. Extra cool. And I'd like you to improvise using the blues scale with your right hand. Or if you're left-handed, use your left hand. Pianists can use either hand, right? We're both-handed as pianists. And I'll leave this up here. Actually, let me put it up an octave so it's not in the way of the notes I'm going to be playing. So just in case you need a reminder, these are the notes you are using. If you use a note not here, it may not sound great. But again, there are no right or wrong notes. If you miss a note and it doesn't sound good to you, just move it up. Just go on to the next note, and you can turn it into part of your improvisation. All right, let's jam. You can start playing whenever you like. We're making music together. You're not copying what I'm doing. I'm playing the accompaniment. You're improvising a melody, making up whatever comes to your heart or mind. You're just going with the feel of it. Okay, let's make some music and let's have some fun. A 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, how'd your improvisation go? If you want to, for the rest of the week, keep practicing with that C blues scale. Like I said, it's one of my favorites. All you need is fingers 1 and 3, but you don't have to use 1 and 3. In some instances, like I showed you earlier, you may end up using other fingers. Again, there's no right or wrong for playing the blues. It's all about being creative and having fun. So I hope you'll teach that left-hand part to someone else. And if you have a friend, you can jam with them all week long using the blues. You know, instead of just using the one note in your left hand, I was playing octaves where I'm playing, you know, let me zoom out so you can see better. You know, you can play both C's. You know, if your hands are big enough to reach that octave, you can go down like that. And then my right hand was just adding other fun notes in the C blues scale. Sometimes using C and G, and then sometimes I'd go down to F and B for that last note, because that kind of creates a cool sound, right? That's the G7 chord, the dominant. Or you can just mess around in the blues with the right. Okay, lots of possibilities for your imagination. All right, it is time for the finger puppets to come and share a joke, and then it's our tradition to do shout outs at the very end. So if you'd like to stick around, if you're watching me from our Facebook page, you can leave a comment with your name and where you're watching from, and I will say hello. I especially want to hear from you if this is your first time ever. Please leave that in a comment if this is your first time watching. Of course, if you're coming back, we always love having you back as well. Let's turn the time over to the finger puppets.
Hey Scuba, I got a joke for you today.
Okay, what is it?
Why don't they allow a clock in the library?
I don't know, why?
It talks too much.
I get it. Thanks for the joke, Chef.
Thanks everyone. Bye.
Bye. That was a good one, guys. All right, I'm going to hop over to my Facebook page and see who's watching today. All right. Hello to Daria in New York City. It's great to have you back, Daria. And hello to Jill in South Carolina. Thanks for watching. Hello to Amanda in Colombia, South America. So great to have you. Hello to Daniel Patrick. Hello to Irma in Nassau, Bahamas. Hello to Echo and Rotor in Houston, Texas. Thanks for being back again and watching. Hello to Iris, Anna, and Faith in Kentucky. And they're saying they did the jam as a trio. That's awesome. You're lucky to have a trio of pianists at home. It's a lot of fun. Hello to Perrin in Washington. Rakshan loves scuba. Thanks, Rakshan. I'll tell you. Did you hear that, scuba? He said he heard. Hello to Kirk in Gresham, Oregon. Good to have you back. Hello to Mickey in Plano, Texas. Good to see you again. Hello to Angelina in Canada. And Rakshan is from Chennai, India. Thanks for watching. And Iris, Anna, and Faith think that we should call the jam session Jammy with Joe. Oh man, I don't think I could go by Joe. Joe always sounds like, I don't know, some tough football player guy to me. I can't go by Joe. My brothers sometimes call me Joe, but they're the only ones who can get away with it. All right, hello to Lila in Florida, who says hi and thanks for the solfeggetto advice. Oh, you're so welcome. Again, 180, way too fast for solfeggetto, in my opinion. I think you're fine at a tempo between 120, 140. You're doing amazing at that speed. But keep it up. I can't wait to hear it. Hello to the Vivas in Orlando, the Vivases. And hello, Teresa in California is watching. Hello, Teresa. And hello to Elisha in Pennsylvania. Hello to Austin in North Carolina. Austin's learning to play Lady Lady. Congratulations. That's a big hands together challenge. So good luck on that. And Elisha's wondering if I can play A Million Dreams from the Greatest Showman. I don't know that one. That would be a fun one to learn. I've never tried playing that one. And hello to Andrin, who's watching. Don't know where you're watching from, but that's okay. Thanks for watching, Andrin. And hello to Maya in Ontario, Canada. And someone's asking, did your dad play the piano? My dad does not play the piano. He's not musically trained at all, but he really enjoys hearing me play, and he was always very supportive. Let's see. So the music that runs in my family, my great-grandmother was an opera singer, and I also have a step-grandmother who was a piano teacher, and that's mostly the extent of the music among my ancestors. Any other shout outs today? I'm going to wait just a minute if you want to stick around. Sometimes Facebook takes some time to take your message and send it on to me. So I'm just going to hang out for a minute, but if you've got to run, thanks for coming today. I'm just going to make sure I caught all the shout outs. And here is another one. Hello to Dylan and Aaron in Canada. Thank you for watching. Hello to Izzy in Texas, almost done with Unit 3. Texas is my home state. I grew up in Texas. So howdy. I don't have a Texas accent, right? I never really picked up on my accent because both my parents were from California, so we didn't really speak with a drawl at home. Hello to Brooke. Best wishes back to you. And someone made a suggestion. Hoffman Academy should have a live interactive session with students performing online. That would be so cool. Now we're trying to figure out what new features we want to add in the future. We do a survey every year or two where you can make suggestions like this because we're always interested in new and better features. We have a small engineering team who are always working on new features or improvements to the website. And we're working on teacher features right now. A lot of teachers have wanted to start using Hoffman Academy, but we don't really have teacher accounts. So we're trying to add teacher accounts so more teachers who want to use the method are able to. And then next up, we also want to add another game to the website. I have a rhythm game I'd like to create with our team. So lots of fun stuff in the future. Oh, one other little update is yesterday I started filming Unit 15. And so those of you who have gone all the way through Unit 14 and are waiting for more lessons, I am working on more. We're going to release the first one on June 1st. That's the plan anyway. And then there'll be one new lesson each week throughout the summer and going into the fall, all the way through the end of Unit 15. And I'm already planning out all the way up through Unit 30. And it's always a big project. Takes way more time than I think it's going to every time for some reason. I never learned my lesson, I guess. But yes, putting together more units, so especially for all you lifetime members, that you can keep having more content to use. So let's see. Yay. People are happy about Unit 15. I am too. Okay, well, it was a lot of fun making music with you today. I think we got all the shout outs. I'm sorry if I missed your name. It was an accident or Facebook just gave it to me late. And I will see you all next week. Hope you come back for more jamming. Take care.